Hi everyone. Today I am here to share my TCS NQT complete experience of the year 2025. So basically, what is TCS NQT? So every year TCS TCS does a hiring program called NQT where they hire students through an NQT basically stands for National Qualifier Exam Test or something like that. NQT. It happens every year, and based on the test, they will based on the marks of the test, they will bifurcate the students into three profiles, that is prime, digital, and ninja. Basically NQT happens twice. The first one is through on campus for the priority institutions, and the other one is off campus other than the priority institutions. So these are the two twice where the NQT exam happens in a year. Basically, it offers three roles, that is Prime, Digital, and Ninja. Prime is for 9 lakhs per annum, Digital is for 7 lakhs, and Ninja is for 3 lakhs. So, this is for the BTech program I am saying here. So, what is the workflow is basically for me in this year, it was around May 15th, I guess. May 15th was the NQT exam happened for me, and then after that result was 14th of May, and then interview was of 30th May, and offer letter will be sent after based on your interview performance. If you don't get the offer letter, then definitely you are rejected, I guess. So this is the workflow of how NQT exam happens till you get the offer letter. So basically, in the NQT exam, you have to go to the ion test center, which will be assigned by the TCS through their admit card. You have to go there, and then you have to attend a 3 hour test. It is similar to JEE means, like if you given JEE exam, then it is similar to that. And then based on your result, then based on your performance, the result will be announced, and you will be based on the marks. And here what happens is there will be many shifts, and each shift has different questions. So based on the shift, your normalization happens. So that in my case, uh, so basically NQT exam uh, has this, like, it has a flow where first comes aptitude and then comes the coding. In my case, the coding questions were a bit tough. So for me, I solved the first question, the 4 test case, and the second question 5 test case. Total 9 test case. I have shortlisted for prime role, so that's why I'm saying. But for my friend, he solved 7 test cases. Like he solved first question completely, but still he didn't get shortlisted to any of the roles. So that is how it happens here. So after NQT result, then interview, then offer letter. So this is, like, this is the thing. So this is where I have shortlisted from Prime. You can see that. Now coming on to the NQT exam prep and experience. Okay. So uh, like initially I haven't practiced for aptitude in in my engineering years. As soon as I got to know that NQT exam is happening and they have released the application form to enroll to their exam, that is when I started preparing for the exam. Uh, they will send the admit card just before 3 days or a week before your exam, and then the resources which I used for preparing for the NQT exam was Geeks for Geeks, obviously. So Geeks for Geeks has great stuffs related to NQT. So they have accumulated the questions, like each they have accumulated 25 questions in each different topics in which the NQT exam asks for us. Like there are 25 questions of, like, time and work, and then 25 questions of average, something like that. So they have bifurcated the category very good, and it is very neat. So you can practice them in each category. You have to practice at least 10 to 20 questions. Then you will roughly get the idea on how the exam will be. And then apart from that, online study for you a YouTube channel. So it is very good YouTube channel. They also provide many resources. He uploads many good videos as well. So, and some other YouTube channels which I currently can't remember them, but there are other YouTube channels as well. And then, so it has advanced aptitude, something like that in the NQT exam. So it will be in the easier side itself, but uh, for the coding, what I would say is for like the coding would be like it will be in the medium side itself, and they will just ask to find the ransom query, some like not even ransom query, they will give the range, and you have to find the sum between that range. So that is the thing. And apart from that, they can give simple questions like to check prime or not. But this year, for our surprise, they have asked us questions from graphs and dp as well. So it is unfortunate, but still you have to work out on the coding part as well, because coding is the main decider part on which profile you may get. So it is very important to keep your practice, like you have to practice coding as well. So coding doesn't come within 5 or 10 days or within a month. You have to practice a lot, you have to know everything. So what I did for coding was, from my first year itself I have started doing lead code, gigs for gigs, etc. So that really helped me in this journey. Not only for this journey, and for apart from this as well, it has helped me in a lot of ways. And so definitely coding, you have to practice from lead code or gigs for gigs, code forces, anything, etc. And some YouTube channels which I recommend is like Code Story with Mike, CS with Mike. So it is a very good channel. Apart from that, Strivers, Take You Forward, it is also a very good channel. So these are the two channels which I recommend for coding. And it doesn't come with one. You cannot complete the coding part within 1 month. So it is impossible. So you have to practice. You should at least give 6 months for this coding, and then after this, I have shortlisted for prime role. Now coming on to the prime interview experience. Basically, we have to go to they will mention a site, like after qualifying for this, they will provide a survey link. Uh, After, like when they provide us the result, they will provide a survey link where they ask whether you are interested in our interview, like that. And after, if I am interested, then they will ask us the location which you are comfortable. So after providing that, they will set a date, and they will ask us to come by that date, because if you miss the interview, then there is no other chance given for you. Now coming on to the prime interview experience, and other interview experience as well of my friends, and others as well who attended at the same time which I attended. So I went to the site at 9 a.m. I guess. When I visited the center, they asked us to bring some documents where they will verify whether you have any current bags or not, something like that. And you have to bring the original Aadhaar ID. So, and application form. So these are the things which they ask us to bring. And once after, like during my time when I attended the interview, there were around 450 candidates, and it took a lot of time. So for ninja candidates, it was like 10 to 12 minutes of interview, that's it. So it happened quickly. In my center there were around 15 panels, and two panels for prime, and four panels for digital, and the rest four or three panels for digital, and the rest for Ninja. And in prime interview experience, definitely a lot of things matters on your luck, because like if you are very strong in data structures, but if the panelist came who had knowledge on data analytics or networking side or AML, so you will ask the questions related to AML itself, but you don't have the experience for that AML. So that is why panelist also depends in this case. So in prime, there was uh, there was a guy who attended. He was the first one to attend in the prime panel. So when he came, they grilled him for 50 minutes, 50 minutes or 1 hour, I guess. They asked him the pyramid printing pattern and about grilled about the project, and they also asked. There is a thing in SQL query where they will ask us to cast, like there is a query where you can cast the data type into the data type which you need during the joins. So that is a thing which they ask, and he said he didn't have the idea about that. Even I didn't have the idea about that. So those things they asked him. And so in the prime interview, what happened for us is there were technical recruiter like TR, MR, and HR. For us, MR and HR was present, but TR was present through the video call. Like they set up the Microsoft Teams meeting where the laptop was provided by that MR itself. So like that, and then basically, and from MRHR the normal questions. And uh, there was a guy who said for prime he was also shortlisted for prime itself. He said they asked him about JDBC and reverse string and all those. So when I got an idea about how the panels were, I roughly got an idea that panelist one was a bit on a tougher side. So I chose panel two, but you can't choose which panel you get. But somehow I managed to get the panel two. And after that, when my time came, like I thought they will grill on my resume. So when I gave my resume, I said I upload videos on YouTube as an extracurricular activity in my resume. So they were impressed by that. So they asked about how, why do you do that, and all those things. And then they asked me the proof, like show me your YouTube channel. So I showed, like I said first, I said my channel name, but when they didn't get the channel name, I showed it in my phone. So they saw all the videos, and like they verified whether he's saying truth or not. And after verifying the YouTube channel, they asked me about like what do you do, explain about yourself and your family projects. But so it was so rapid that like in just 2 to 3 minutes they were interrupting me, asking about that, all those things. And then mm, they asked me about the strengths and weakness as well. And then they asked me like if you have to, like if you get another offer which is good and which is highly paying, will you accept it? So I said like it depends on various factors, stability and growth, all those things. And then she said, so if everything, each and every aspect of that job is good, so what will you do in that case? So I said then I would definitely take that offer as well. For because if it is taking every point in my checklist, then why not? Then she was like, both MR and HR were totally impressed by my answer, because they said like no one said this answer before you. So I was around 12th or 13th candidate for that panel. So they said like no one said this answer before, and I like your honesty because this is the thing everyone does, but nobody says that. So I like your honesty for that, she said. And then uh, then they gave me for the TR technical. So in technical, they asked me about the project. Like just technical for me, I don't know whether it is luck or not, but they just asked me about my project. Like they asked, I did a project on NFC crypto shield, crypto shield project, like where we will encrypt the NFC tag. So basically, they asked me about the project, like how are you doing that. They asked about the architecture of the project, and then after explaining the architecture and this architecture of the project, then she asked like this is already implemented, what are the innovations you are doing. So I said like there were no innovations in this project, but I did from scratch. And then she said yeah, it's okay. Like after that, she asked me about SQL. You said you are skilled in SQL. So she said she asked me about to find the second largest salary in the employee table. I use limits and offset. So she asked me to write the query, same query without using the limits and offset. So I did that as well. Apart from that, yeah, that's it. Like that's what happened for the technical. And then uh, it came back towards the MR and HR, where they asked me about. After that, they asked me whether you are happy, like, are you comfortable with the relocations and working in shifts as well. I said, yeah, I am totally happy with the relocations because I want to explore new places. So then she said, whether if you get Bangalore itself, what will you do? So I said, it's okay. If my company gives me that location, then I would definitely take it. And there is a lot to explore in Bangalore as well. So yeah, she was impressed with that answer. Then finally, she asked whether there are any questions for me. Then I asked like, what is the work culture and what will I do if I get selected for this role? And then I asked my feedback because they were friendly. I asked the feedback from them. They said like I mentioned that I am an introvert person, and I also said I am consistent. So, but as I am consistent, but my YouTube videos were not consistent because I posted the last video posted was 1 year back. So they asked, you are contradicting because you said you are consistent, but you are not posting the videos. Like why did that happen? So I explained like during my 4th year, I was very busy and my like my interest changed from DSA to development. So that is why that thing happened. And she said you have to improve that, you have to be consistent. And then and at last they once again said like I liked your honesty about the question, like will you take the good paying offer. But I don't think other recruiters will get impressed with this answer, but it was what happened for me. And then apart from that, my friends who attended digital and ninja, for digital they asked about cloud. So basically what happens is they will ask each and everything which is mentioned in your resume. For me it was around 30 minutes, 25 to 35 minutes, but mine was the only person which lasted such a short duration. I don't know whether it is good or bad because still the result is not yet announced. And then for digital, they asked about cloud and they asked about microservices, monoliths, and then OSI, everything. And for my Ninja friends, they asked about like they mentioned Spring Boot, so they asked the Spring security thing and how JDK, JVM, JRE, how that works. Like Yeah, simple. Like for ninja candidates and digital candidates, in my center, what happened is the technical recruiter and managerial recruiter were available in person, and the HR was available in another room. After completing TR and MR, they have to go to HR, but it was not the case in Prime. So this was the total interview experience of Prime and Digital and Ninja. And then some other things which I want to mention is, so for the interview, uh, mention some out of the box things which you did. Like for me was the YouTube thing, because nobody has mentioned the YouTube channel, so I mentioned it. So that was a plus point for me. So basically, when if you are the first candidate, then nobody can save you. But if you are in the middle, then and they are also tired from taking the interviews from a lot of persons. So they will see an out of the box kind of things which is not normal. So mention those things. And yeah, and it totally depends on luck. So don't worry if something else happen, because we don't know what recruiter comes for us. So yeah. And apart from that, yeah, for NQT, just be chill. Like if you are good enough, like if you score 8.5 GPA or more than that, then I think aptitude part will be easier for you itself. Because if you solve 5 to 10 questions from each category in the Geeks for Geeks, then definitely you'll get an idea how the NQT happens. But one thing, one star, like very important thing in NQT is the compiler. Because uh, there were my friends who were great at coding. They knew Java, but they didn't expected that the compiler is not that good, because they wrote the entire code completely, but still they didn't the code didn't run. Like they were Java folks, but I was C++. So for me, uh, like be prepared for that. I think if you are preparing for coding in the NQT, you should go for either or Python, C++ or Python. And if you go for C++, then you should prepare for string. So this is very important topic for that. So this is very important thing which you want to consider while giving your NQT exam. And then, so apart from that, any more things? Yeah, be positive, and especially in interview, they will see your confidence. And yeah, pretty much that itself. And thank you guys. Thank you for staying this long and seeing my video. And if you're coming till here, definitely leave a like. And if you like this video, then share it to your friends. And then if you want, you can subscribe as well. If you don't like it, you can unlike as well. So it's left to you, dislike as well. So thanking you guys. Bye.